Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thank you for joining in. Welcome all Mandela effectians. So we're having another great week here. We've got several really brand new effects to present to you guys. We've got some that are we're revisiting too. So how is everybody doing tonight? Everybody doing good?
Yes.
Weather's getting nicer where I'm at, like getting nicer. 70s.
70s, yeah, that's much more comfortable than the 90s.
And could be even cooler. Could get even cooler. Pulling out my sweaters, thinner sweaters, that is. Yep.
Oh, we have a few people in the chat. I'd like to do some shout outs. Oh,
Okay.
wait, we have Sandy. Sandy's there in the chat.
Welcome, Tommy.
Tommy's here. Tommy was first. So, welcome, Tommy. Good to have you. And Esther, you've got some people in the audience in your household, don't you?
My little girl, but she's kind of on her phone, so.
Gotcha.
My son's off in the other room. Oh, I forgot to ask him about the Call of Duty thing.
Yes. There's I don't think Sandy has a folder for it yet, but I don't know. You think it's okay if I at least discuss it, Sandy?
I don't think you told me about it. Call of Duty?
There's a Call of Duty this map called Standoff. And in the map, there's like this sign that a lot of people are saying never existed, but now it's there.
What?
It's always been there since 2012. And I normally like to give credit to people. I did see it on. I don't know who found it originally, okay, but I did manage to see it on All Time.
That's what
his channel. So I think I have a screenshot. I can pull that up here in just a second. To see what you guys remember. I was actually playing the game and I took a screenshot of it so I could show you guys. Just how
I'll check it out. I've never played it.
Me neither, Brian. I'm not a gamer.
I'm a gamer. Games, and I just completely forgot to ask him about it.
I'm not a console gamer. I'm an iPad gamer.
Esther, did I share a screenshot with you?
Well, you showed me the video itself. So, which is where I actually went and, like, rented Spirited Away so I can, or bought the movie actually just so I can watch it. So, because it does end kind of weird now.
Yeah, it does. It is weird how it ends.
Yeah, it does end differently than I remember. I do remember her just kind of like sitting there and like having her name called, and then she like looked up, and then it was like fade to black. Not the way that it's ended now. Yes. Hi, Patrick.
I'm looking.
Hi, Ed.
Yeah, we're just waiting for some more people to get here so that way we can.
Brian, I'm putting a post in Facebook real quick. Okay.
Hi, John.
Welcome.
Brian.
Hi, Moon Freedom.
Yeah.
I'm putting a post real quick in my group.
That's
just
fine.
Saying hi. Hello.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier than writing it out letter by letter.
I know I sent this screenshot to some of you guys.
You didn't say. I had no idea what you're talking about.
By the way, some funny memes out there, like when it's related to age, it's kind of funny. This one says, if you know what this is, you should schedule a colonoscopy, and it's referring to an 8-track tape. Just passing through some photos here.
Patrick knows what you're talking about.
Wait, Patrick does?
Yeah, a sign that was never there.
Call of Duty, there's a sign that... Oh, come on, I'm trying to find it.
Aw, a ferret named Bear. Oh, that's so cute.
So I do have a picture I'd like to share with you guys real quick. when it's related to this show on Netflix that now Teresa's hooked on it, right? Teresa. Teresa, you there? Yeah, that's kind of what Halloween's going to be like this year.
I'm here. I was just posting about the show in some groups. All right.
You guys see that?
See that? You hear me?
Yeah, I've seen this meme a few times. Yeah.
It's really good.
Squid Game.
It's gonna be totally me because I'm gonna be like, nope. I don't know.
Esther. Esther.
Yep.
It's really good. Trust me. I was being like, yeah, right, Brian. I'm not gonna like this. Yeah, I'm already hooked on it. It's his fault. It's good. Trust me. Once you get into it, Brian is 100% telling you the truth. It's really good, and I'm really picky. Yeah, you'll like it. Trust me.
I feel like the rundowns of the show and like parts of the show and stuff, and I don't know. It gives me.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Trust me. You get into it after a while, right, Brian?
Yeah.
Once you get into it, you start learning about the characters and why they're there and their backgrounds and their personal lives, and exactly what Brian said. I love it. So far, I'm on episode 3, and so far I'm hooked on it. Like hooked. Not even kidding. It's good.
Welcome, James Rose.
I'm still trying to find this screenshot, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I know I shared this to Teresa's group, but I actually have a mug that is residue for Timmy's Trapped in a Well. I don't know. Have I shared this with you guys at all? I don't know. Let's see.
You have not. Welcome, Mustard Seed.
I just shared a screenshot, the best that I could get at the moment for the sign.
Oh, you found it?
Well, I went in the video real quick and I just took a screenshot. So I don't know how well it shows up on the thing, but.
Oh, wow. Good residue, bro.
Yeah, that's it. So what? Oh, is this all time?
Yep. Yeah, I just went right into his video, and I just.
Some people. Yes, that it says that it's pretty much like split on that one. That now that I'm looking at like the verdict on it.
Brian, keep an eye out for Teresa in the background.
Okay. No problem. Okay, you guys see this? Trying to zoom in.
A second.
Okay, I guess that's the most I could zoom in right there.
Yeah, that's the best that they're showing it.
There's a yellow sign, and it's in Russian, and you see there's this statue in the map. The map is called Standoff. It's in Call of Duty and Call of Duty Mobile. It started out in Black Ops in 2012. That's when it was first introduced, this map. And there was people that played it then, and they play it now, and they're like, did they just add that? But then yet they go back to the 2012 version, and it's there. It's so weird. So the verdict on all-time, his viewers, 52%, it was 52.4% said yes, it was just added, and 42% said just always been there. So
yeah, and that was just taken like right now. So that's the poll. That's the poll as of right now as we're recording this.
Okay.
So
okay, and that's on Twitter.
That was on YouTube. I just went on did a quick screenshot.
Okay. Thanks, Esther.
You're welcome. I just figured it'd be a little faster.
For those of you that's in our chat that are Call of Duty fans, please put yes you remember or no you don't. It's fine. I'm fine either way. I don't remember this sign being there. In fact, you used to be able to snipe from the building, like where you're staring at the statue. You could snipe all the way to the other side, but now that sign happens to be in the way now. So yeah, just a little thought, food for thought there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Teresa back.
Say, hey, I just want to let you know I did post in 4 different groups about the show. Okay, including my own.
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
Getting the
what
word
time
out.
is it at? Do we have a time check? What's the time right now?
7:35 here.
10:35 here.
What?
7:35 here.
10:35 here. Yeah.
We're from all over the place, everyone. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how the Mandela effect gets people together from all over.
Anyone here from Alabama? Any Alabama people? I guess maybe I'm just on my own here. I guess. What about Teresa? You're in Nevada.
I'm in
Esther,
Nevada.
where?
In New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. And Sandy, you're in where are you?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Yeah. We're all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks Ed for that translation right there. 22:35 is the same as 10:35 p.m. Yep. Okay. All right, so Ed says it's been too long. No way I'm going to remember that Call of Duty stuff. I'm with you, man. It's okay.
We
All
should
right,
get
so we're going to
started.
start off with our this week's effects, and the first 2 I'm going to start with Teresa because she's going to step off here a little early, but that's okay. We're gonna keep
I'm
going.
tired, guys.
It's fine. She has to watch that Squid Game. You have to. That's really what it is.
Hey,
I'm
Phillips.
serious. It's really addicting. I'm not even kidding.
Hey, guy, Teresa.
It's Brian's fault.
I know.
Teresa, Moon Freedom's really close to you.
Oh, really?
Well, not really close. Arizona, but that's close enough.
Ooh,
Closer
that's
than
cool. That's a state over.
Well,
One
it's
state over.
Probably about as
Go
far
around
from
and we'll have
each
to
of us,
drive
just
to
in different directions.
Oh, wow.
That's all the 4 of us start driving all in the middle, and then we'll all meet.
We're all right in the middle. Yep.
I think we're almost at the 4 corners.
Wow.
Or I'll just meet up with Sandy, and then I'll drive her the rest of the way.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so we're going to start off with Teresa's.
Okay.
Have you heard of the Hello Kitty caterpillar?
Hello, Kitty.
No. I'm interested.
Yes, wait till you see this, Esther. The caterpillar literally looks like Hello Kitty. I'm not even kidding. Not well, it doesn't look like that drawing, but you'll see. Have you ever heard of a Hello Kitty caterpillar? This one really shocked me. You ready for this?
Oh, that's not a cat.
Brian? Yeah, well, this is it after. Brian, can you zoom in, please? I'm sorry. Remember my little phone? Down where I can read the words. There you go. A little bit back. The Chinese bush brown butterfly, when in caterpillar form, very much looks like a cat's head because of the colors. So wait till you see it when it's in a different form.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yep.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, look at that. But the shape very much resembles Hello Kitty, which is why this caterpillar got the, what's that say? Moniker. Yep.
Well, maybe. Well, they always say Hello Kitty's not a kitty. Maybe he was, throwing out the caterpillar.
Look at that. Isn't it adorable?
It looks almost like a bunny rabbit, though. The way it is. Like he shaved its body and then just like put some hair on the head.
But look at the little ears. Isn't that cute?
I've never seen that.
I know. I found that and I was like, no way.
Where's that?
I mean, it's like new stuff keeps popping up. Every other day you're seeing something new.
Like,
I've never seen it.
Is that from? I mean, I see that there's like Japanese on the one, but there's Korean.
I've never seen one of these before. You think you'd learn this growing up, in school? Never seen this. And all these new species, different animals and are just popping up out of nowhere. I'm like, really?
You know, I'm thinking this was developed in a lab, maybe, or
What do
maybe
you think?
photoshopped. That would
No,
be
No,
my
it's real, right, Sandy?
It's real. It's not Photoshop. The only
Yeah,
Photoshop
Sandy knows. Yeah,
is
which
the Hello Kitty I did on the front.
makes the graphic. Sandy noticed something strange. What color is Hello Kitty's nose?
In the
The
chat,
actual
guys.
cartoon.
What color
Sandy
do you
found this
remember?
part of this.
Hang on, it's pink, right?
Just Brian.
You remember
stay here.
pink?
Don't go anywhere. I want answers from the chat. What color is Hello Kitty's nose, guys?
What do you remember, Esther?
Little
Esther,
oval
can you
nose.
call out Esther, can you call out answers from the chat?
Oh, like, yeah, I could do that. Let's see.
I don't remember pink. I remember a different color.
I'm
can
just
say
seeing
it,
Cheshire
Teresa.
cat, dog. No, I wanted my open one.
Anybody in the chat?
So far, I
Know
see
what color Hello
pink.
Kitty's nose is?
Oh my word!
Moon Freedom said pink.
Oh, if I had known, I would have gotten like all of my pictures. I did a Hello Kitty birthday cake for my daughter one year.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and she had Hello Kitty on her wall that I colored.
I love Hello
Ask your
Kitty.
daughter,
So
Esther.
What's that?
Ask your daughter.
Hey, Charity, do you remember Hello Kitty's nose? What color it was?
Yellow?
She wants to say yellow.
she remembers yellow.
No.
Wait,
I actually
hold on.
kind of remember yellow too.
She
How
got
weird.
the update. Sandy.
I hear it.
The
Yeah,
update.
what kind of answers are we getting from the chat?
No idea and pink.
Yeah, you
That's
do.
it.
Wait, who's from Long Island? Someone said they're from Long Island. Ed Hen is from Long Island. Hey, that's where I was born, man. Born and raised. That's awesome.
Wow.
Ed.
I think when I see it, it's been a while since I've seen Hello
Moon
Kitty.
Freedom says pink.
Oh,
Right.
she remembers pink.
Yeah, pink, and then Ed says no idea. We can move on, Brian.
I don't remember any of those colors.
I don't either.
Sandy and I remember the same color, right, Sandy?
No. I
No?
remember it matching her bow.
Oh, I can't read that. You want to read that, Sandy?
Sure. I said in my past it matches her bow. Her like red nose bow or pink nose bow, just like it matches during the holidays, like we see here with Halloween Hello Kitty. Orange nose, orange bow. You see, like it's always matched nose and bow for me.
Ah.
So I've seen pink, I've
I
seen
see.
red, I've seen all the. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'm with you now.
Yes.
So what is it
but
now?
It's always
So
been
now it's
yellow.
always been yellow?
Yeah, it's always been yellow,
No.
regardless
Yeah.
of the bow color.
Oh, you got that?
Wow.
No way.
I
But
had
in
a
almost every
pink one.
picture I see, including holidays, her nose is always yellow, and
Yeah, it's a yellowish orange.
Whoa.
remember
I
that.
think I'm getting the update. I'm getting the update now.
Hey, Esther, what do your kids think about the Mandela?
I'm not exactly sure. I know it kind of confuses them, I guess. I know my oldest is just like, okay, that's interesting. And he just kind of doesn't stay. So
Yeah.
I know it's interesting though if he remembers something different. Like he actually remembers the Tinkerbell opening. Like it's the same way I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw you got the
Hmm.
Welcome, Bill. Welcome, Shay.
You saw.
Yes. Well, those are for Simeon. Okay.
Interesting.
It's always been yellow no matter what bow she's wearing. So
That
that's
looks so weird. The yellow. I don't know why.
Mommy.
Yeah. At first I
I'm
thought it was pink, but then I was like, well, maybe it was yellow.
So
Oh, so
strange.
you got an update.
Yeah.
That's what I was. I remember red.
yeah, because now you're like, well, maybe it was always yellow, you know?
Yeah.
Right?
It was red because her nose was the same exact color as her bow tie.
As her bow, right?
Red.
Yeah. My daughter's like, yeah, that's what I remember.
To me, it was red because red's one of my favorite colors, red and purple. So for me, I always remember the red, matching my hair, the red. And I love Hello Kitty, by the way.
Yep.
Yep.
My
Yep.
daughter loves it. Hello Kitty.
So cute. Yep.
Vale says I've got a Hello Kitty pillow. It has a yellow nose.
Oh
So
no.
John says,
Sounds like a boogie
and
film.
by the way, I like that icon, that picture that you have there. That's from They Live.
Yep.
New
Which is now
generation-
missed in the explanation mark. Remember, they used to have it, and now it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, go look at it, Brian. It's gone. It doesn't exist no more.
When did that change?
A while back,
Years
that's an
ago.
old Mandela effect.
Oh man, I
I remember the explanation mark, and now it does. You can't find it nowhere. It's nowhere, not even on the movie poster.
this is what happens when you take a year off of the Mandela effect.
Yep.
So many things have changed, and John says new generations are only going to know new changes.
Oh, that's true.
They're only going to know changes. So,
It's
Hello
the only
Kitty
way
was
they've
born
ever seen it.
in
So,
1978.
Oh wow, Hello Kitty's been around that long.
Oh yeah.
For a long time.
Oh wow, I didn't realize it went back to the 70s.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So the next one is Teresa Lynch's
Mhm. Should I say the word there, Sandy?
P,
You can
fill in the
say
blank.
the word. Yeah, they're spelling it.
Milk of magnesia.
I want you to, if you can please spell Phillips milk of magnesia. Please spell Phillips
The way you remember it written on the
on
bottom.
the bottle. Yeah, exactly the way you remember it written. This is a weird one, Esther.
That one.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I was like, yeah, wait till you see it.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a minor change, but it's still, you'll see. I don't want to give anything away. I was like, no.
It says Phillips.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, okay. Brian, you haven't seen this one yet either, have you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, this is a recent new one I found.
Is this the brand name?
Sandy?
Yeah, this is the brand name. Welcome, Take America
Yeah.
Back.
So let me guess. Is it Phillips with one L?
We can't really say any yet, can we?
We can't say anything yet, Brian.
You'll see, Brian. Yeah, it's a small change, but it's still, you'll see.
But the name is Phillips, right?
The name
Yeah,
is
the Phillips, yeah.
Oh man, I have no idea.
You'll see.
Anyone else want to put a guess in before we go on? Going once? Going twice? Well, people listening and only one person answering.
Well, I don't know if you want us to answer.
You can answer.
I remember the same way that Moon Phillips does, the Phillips.
Okay.
If it's Phillips Magnavox, it has two L's.
Sandy, we should tell them.
We should go on and show them.
Let me show what happened. You'll see.
So now we're going to ask you a yes or no question. Do you remember the apostrophe? Yes or no? Now that you see it, do you remember the apostrophe on the bottle?
I don't recall the
Yep.
apostrophe.
No, and why would they have it after the S?
To show ownership, it's Phillips Milk of Magnesia, I guess, but I don't remember it there.
I don't remember the apostrophe, and it popped up.
No, I mean, if I saw that, I'd be like, well, is this his literal bottle? No. So now I don't remember that.
Yeah. The change had nothing to do with the spelling. It had to do with, now there's an apostrophe. That's what's crazy.
Thank you, John. But you know what? You can still answer what you originally answered. It's okay. He says, I saw these. I don't want to spoil it.
Yep.
No, that's the exclamation point, Ed. That's missing from They Live.
It can't be. It was there.
Crypto says Phillips.
The exclamation point from "They Live" was there. I'm telling you.
I know, Brian. It's gone now.
Wait,
Till you
Teresa,
see it.
No, you're lying to me.
The
I can't believe
apostrophe
you're
is
lying to me.
even on the pill. Look at the pill. It's even
I
on
know.
the pill.
I know. It's crazy. I don't remember that. Like, seriously.
It's okay. So are we.
Don't you think there's too many L's, too, Sandy?
That's been brought up in that's been brought up in the community before. And I got to tell you, looking at that blue and white tin, I keep seeing the Philadelphia Phillies, and I don't remember ever associating this with the Phillies. So there may have only been one L.
Yeah, the more that I'm looking at it, it's looking like it shouldn't have that many L's.
Welcome,
Yeah.
Phillips.
Yeah.
So here's the residue of no apostrophe.
Yeah.
How did you find that?
A lot of searching. John Nada says, no way there was an apostrophe.
Exactly. And when I saw that, I was like, Sandy, oh my God. I was freaking out. And I found it accidentally because I like to look at old, like antique stuff, like 50s and 60s and, back then. And I saw somebody talking about Phillips and I'm looking like, where did that come from? And I accidentally found it. That's what was crazy. And I'm like, no, that's wrong.
A side note, possible Mandela effect. I'm not sure. Has anyone watched Frozen like 50 million times like I have?
I've never seen it.
Frozen? Are you talking about? Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
Disney's Frozen?
Yeah, I've only seen it twice.
Does anybody remember, what's her name? Anna.
Yeah.
The green dress that she wore?
Yeah.
Do you remember her shoulders being fully exposed?
No.
I mean, it looks a little bit awkward.
I can answer that because the Disney Channel, when Frozen came out, was constantly, like they had like the actors from the Disney shows singing "Do You Want to Build a Snowman?" and they would show scenes from the movie, and it wasn't fully exposed. It was like it went up. It was like off the shoulder, but the shoulders came up a little bit above the shoulder.
Right, but right now, if you watch it, it's like her shoulders are fully exposed. I could bring up a picture of Anna right now.
Yeah, let me see, Brian. You got me curious now.
You're gonna make me want to Photoshop it how I remember it.
Okay,
show it, Brian.
Tell me if this looks. Hang on.
We're gonna get a copyright.
No, I'm not gonna play the song.
As soon as I start singing, I'm like, oh wait.
I gotta find this right. Okay.
I love that song.
Okay, so this is what's weird.
You got a good picture?
There's a cosplay costume right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the actual photo, but you see this? Okay, now I got to add or something. Okay. Go back. Okay. Okay. Do you see that? This is like a cartoon.
Oh wow!
Like off version. Now look at the costume. The costume depicts it kind of what I remember.
Brian, the costume it's like that because the thing doesn't have arms.
Okay, but look at how it's fully exposed, like her shoulders. Does anybody remember that?
No.
I don't even remember the way it looks on the mannequin either. I need to.
You can't find a better picture, Brian?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a better one.
I sent you a picture of my little girl and her on a dress. Because she literally wore that dress to Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yep.
The same one?
Yep, the coronation dress.
Yeah. Okay. You mind if I share that? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
You want me to move her face down so we don't see her full face?
No, it's fine. But I'm sure she won't.
I just don't know how people are about sharing their kids' faces online. But
that's true.
Yeah, look at.
Oh, there you go. Aw.
You see the shoulders? That's more of what
Yeah,
I
that's the way
remember.
it should be.
Yeah, but now it's like.
How far down is it now? Point.
Like, look right here.
Oh my God.
Too. So
Does
I
that
found-
look off? Does that look off to anyone right now? Like the shoulders being fully exposed. It looked like her dress is about to come down.
Yeah,
You're right, though.
I found what I was looking for. What I
Does that
remember.
look right? Does that look right, Sandy?
it
No.
definitely had more to it than that. Because she
Look
did
here.
have like straps
I'm
on
sending
her.
you a Disney pin.
Okay.
I'm sending it just to you so it doesn't get all mixed up. And then I found a dress form. It's got that, like, it's pointed. It's not so rounded looking. They both look the same to me. That's what I remember. There was like a shape to it. It was pointed.
Okay. So let me go back to presenting. Okay.
That's what I remember. See how like the shoulders are like pointed a bit?
Yeah, yeah. But so what do you think about what I shared with you then, Sandy?
Yeah, I don't think they should be that low, no. And that dress looks identical.
Right.
That's how I remember.
Wow.
They were like pointed a bit.
But now when you look at Frozen, it's like
Yeah.
it looks like it's about to fall off of her. That's what my thing is. And I don't
Agreed.
know. Her shoulders are fully exposed.
That looks weird.
Yeah, I remember a little bit more on her arms. Like it was definitely more to it.
Right. Okay. Is anyone
Wow.
that?
I mean, it wasn't like Snow White, but it wasn't like a little thin thing on there. I almost watched Frozen tonight, but unfortunately the box I was using wasn't connected to Disney Plus. So
Let's talk about another fictional character. Well, he was real though, wasn't he? Blackbeard. He was real.
Yes.
Okay. Pirates like Pirates of the Caribbean. That stuff is fictional, but Blackbeard was actually real. We're talking about Blackbeard the pirate here. Does anybody remember Blackbeard the pirate?
mm-hmm.
And what was his what was his memorable feature?
His most memorable feature, not including the eye patch. So not eye patch. And remember, John Nada, just answer what you answered before. It's okay.
When you said eye patch for a second, I thought you said he had an iPad.
I'm sure the one on Pirates of the Caribbean does, but that's about it.
I mean, I know the one thing that definitely sets him apart because it's the one thing that all of the pirates knew. If you saw that, you knew it was him. Actually, just recently, I watched a movie about pirates, and they're like, it's him because of this one feature.
So you got the information that gave you the current reality. So before I get to the change for me, I want to discuss the lack of the eye patch. And historically, most pirates, including Blackbeard, often wore a patch over one eye so that they'd be better able to fight in the dark. I have never heard that reasoning for an eye patch before.
Me neither. I always thought that they lost an eye in a fight or something.
Yeah, I thought I learned in history that he got like a cut on his face or something that made it where his eye wasn't usable.
Well, most do not have patches in images. So is that a Mandela? I don't know. I think that's why I say in the next slide. So apparently the chat has the current reality, and it looks ridiculous to me. I've never seen that in my life. So we're gonna go on.
His flaming hat.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. We can't say it, or can we?
They're in the chat. That's what I'm saying. The chat has the current reality.
So who found this one? Who found this one?
Me. This is totally wrong for me.
So
They'd also read and cover lost your.
Sandy, hold on. We need to sound off an alarm every time we bring up a new effect. Woo!
Brian, you're gonna be doing that all night.
Huh?
You're gonna be doing that all night.
Yeah, I know. But there's a lot of other ones that we have to touch up on several times because some people are just now joining us that are new to the effect. So it's new
Oh
for
no,
them.
all the ones tonight are new. All of them are new. I've got so many folders of stuff. It's going to be new for a long time. So they'd also wear them to cover lost or injured eyes, as most of us know, but much less frequently than many believe. Portraits and drawings rarely show the eye patch. Is it a Mandela effect? It may be, but I'm not sure.
So what time frame did he exist? Was he like in the 1800s or 1600s or what?
I have no idea. 1700s,
Oh, okay.
I think. I have no idea. Let me look at Mr. Teach and let me see. Yeah, 1700s. He died November 22nd, 1718. It doesn't say when he was born. He was active only 2 years. Born 1680, presumed. They're not sure. What I am sure about, for me, apparently not for the chat though, is that Blackbeard was never portrayed as setting his hair on fire or adding flaming anything to his hair in battle in my past.
Yeah, that's new to me. I thought that was just a joke.
It's not a joke. It's the darn truth. It never set his hat on fire either.
But check out that skull residue too. Look at that skull. Look at the hollow eye sockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, the one feature I remember him having was the peg leg. That was the feature that I remembered that set him apart.
Ed, he never set his hat on fire in this reality, so that must be a change for you. I'm going to tell you exactly what he set on fire. It was not his hat. So that might be the change.
Other boats.
No, I'm saying, I know. Ed, I'm trying to tell you that's got to be a change for you because it's not his hat. He doesn't set his hat on fire. I'm going to tell you. Go on, Brian.
So you talking about this one here?
I can't. Yeah, I haven't seen it. It's still not on my screen. Delayed.
Yet almost every image of him, as well as the historical record, shows exactly that. Even in Pirates of the Caribbean, Blackbeard is portrayed with glowing hair tips, though they never glowed in the film that I could find.
So in the film, his hair doesn't glow, but in the posters, it does, and it's got smoke coming from it.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't remember his hair being on fire. And
I don't remember anything being set on fire. So this is the current reality. This is the most accurate portrayal I could find. Historians claim he never lit his hair on fire, and I'm going to say, and hat. Instead, he rolled up hemp like incense and wore it in his hair on his head like a crown of flames to intimidate the enemy. That is the current reality. That is a historical fact for this reality.
I would not be terrified by him. I would be like, okay, dude, go lie down. You're gonna need to.
Yeah, like
you're nuts.
I hope those aren't lavender incense because you might calm everybody down.
It's
well, maybe that was a calming effect for him too.
But a lot of things portray his hair on fire, like this very old artwork. I have never seen him portrayed as glowing, flaming, smoking, etc. This is completely new for me. And it's interesting that Ed remembers something different. Like he still remembers fire, but not where it's on fire now. So it's interesting that that's a change as well.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I've never ever seen anything like this. So I got pictures coming up, Brian.
Okay.
I wish I could remember the movie I just watched with Blackbeard was in it.
And you can see it. Everything that's on fire here is like strands of stuff, like things coming off his hair. You see what I'm saying? Like the little strings coming out. I don't know if you could zoom in on the pictures, Brian. Those are the hemp strands that he made.
You would think that that would be like a risk of, you know, getting burned. And back then they didn't have all the special burn units and stuff. So why would you want to do that?
Not only that, your hair doesn't even need the flame to burn and singe and
Mhm.
come off. Like,
Yeah.
just heat can make it die.
Yeah. It's like, how do you still have long hair?
Yeah,
Unless you wore a wig.
I doubt that. Did they have wigs like that back then? I don't think they did. Did they?
Yeah. I know they had white ones.
They had white ones, yeah.
Hmm, that's what it was. He was wearing a rug. Oh,
It's just,
like a crimping iron.
it was
Gosh, it looks like
actually,
look at that image at the top right. It looks like Satan, like laughing.
yeah, it
Yeah.
does. Everyone, a lot of people have said that, yes. The weird part is it was very hard to find images of him without him on fire.
Isn't that Captain Jack?
No,
It looks like him on the bottom.
no, that's the actual man, Edward. Is it Edward or James? I keep confusing the name. I think it's Edward. Edward Teach? Yeah. That's the actual man, Edward Teach, the actual Blackbeard. Like, you know, supposedly is an historical, accurate representation.
I just don't remember learning that in school.
That's, I know.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, did it actually happen? We don't know. I mean, things are lost in translation. You know, like some people thought his hair was on fire, but now it's incense sticks or something. Hemp. So
Yeah, for
yeah,
me. It was like
Teresa, if you need to jump off, that way you can watch your Squid Game. That's fine. Did she already jump off?
or take a nap.
I'm here. Can I say goodbye now? Are you guys done with me?
Yeah. You can say goodbye to the chat and just we'll see you
Okay.
next week.
Sandy,
Yeah. Teresa?
guys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say goodbye now.
We know.
Okay. Bye,
If you want,
Teresa.
Teresa, we're not going to kick you out.
Okay.
Good night.
All right, guys. I'm going to say goodnight. Huh?
Bye.
I said good night.
Bye. Love you all. Bye.
Hey, Teresa.
Bye.
Love you too.
Good night.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Say goodnight, Gracie. Yeah, we should have did that with her. We'll have to do that as we leave the show tonight. You want to do that, Esther?
Yeah, you do that.
I'll say goodnight, Esther.
Good night, Esther. I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah,
I've actually
exactly.
watched a lot of old
I found
stuff,
it.
so,
Brian made a video with the clip I found
yeah. Yeah, I
of them
used to
doing
watch
it.
like
Though.
Red Skeleton and Abbott and Costello and all that. So I watched a lot of older stuff. Like my dad was really into all of the older stuff. Like we watched Herbie many, many times. Like we'd go to a movie place and he would always find the old Disney movies and stuff. So because he didn't like the newer stuff.
All right, guys. True or false in the chat? If you already saw this, just answer what you originally answered. Volcanoes are known to blow smoke and fire rings during active periods.
You found one.
Huh?
Oh, John Otto said you found one. Yeah, Sandy
Yes,
finds a lot of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we're just talking about stuff.
You can't help it. I don't know why.
I was happy to find the Monty Python this week. I was like, I finally found one that's not so obscure that people actually might know. So that's my problem, is like a lot of the music I listen to and stuff is like nobody would know of this song. So
I
so
do them
nobody-
anyway. I have obscure
Yeah.
ones. I do them anyway because there's still changes. I just did one on the murder of Mary Fagan. People don't know what that is.
Yeah. I will say I have a personal one. One of the houses that's just like it's right at the end of one of the streets that I drive off from, and I drive by it like all the time. Every time I have to stop at the stop sign and I have to look to my left, and I looked over in the house. It used to be brown, and now it's like an off gray color. And I'm like, okay, I don't think they painted it in the last week because it's been raining here.
That's crazy.
So it's like, I mean, it's a big house, so it would, if there was painting, I would have noticed there was painters there. So yeah, it's definitely an off color now.
Welcome, Burgos. I sent Brian your clip. Awesome clip. Nice find. I don't know where Brian went because notice he's
I'm
not
here.
talking. Okay.
I'm here. So should I go ahead and go to the next slide?
Not that I'm aware
well,
of. Results,
My
don't
chat,
know.
once in a while, YouTube will do this to me where the chat just stops moving and I have to manually scroll it up. I don't know why it does that. But in the chat, we have.
No.
Yeah, I found one, John Nada. Brian made a video on it about a year ago. I found George Burns and Gracie doing the bit. About a year ago.
Is there something that you sent me?
No, Brian, you did a video on it a year ago when I found it.
Yeah, of course.
So Jeff Zanzibar says, not that I'm aware of smoke, but I don't know about rings. Lava, says Moon Freedom. I don't even know what I'm reading.
Sandy,
Lawrence is laughing about smoke rings.
Sandy, you smoke, don't you?
I do. No fire rings for Burgos.
Do you know how to blow smoke rings?
I don't know how people do that.
My ex was really good. My ex was really good blowing smoke rings. I didn't know how she did it either.
I think it's just your jaw movement. I don't know. I just tried. Brian, you want to go on?
Absolutely.
Okay. Good night, Lawrence. Thank you for coming.
So what the heck? Like.
All right, so it's true. Is this a new Earth Mandela effect? Who knows? I just thought I'd share. Now, this was recent, of course. The next slide, Brian. It should be a video one. There's no sound. You just hit play. It'll loop. So you can see the fire ring being made.
What?
Smoke.
That's crazy.
While not rare by any means, even though I would say it's rare, it is rare to capture the phenomena on camera.
Wow. Yeah, that's new for me because I've never seen those before. I've only seen like
Man's alert.
Yeah. Experts state that any round opening can create a smoke ring, similar to a person blowing cigarette smoke rings. So if this is so common, why was the world in awe when Mount Etna made one? And as you can see Mount Etna actually has two caldera openings. And that's why the smaller one is like almost perfectly round. And that's what made the smoke ring on the left.
Notice it almost looks like a face on the big one with the big smoke, like on the very bottom.
I see
There's
it.
2 eyes and a nose. Oh,
Yeah, it's creepy.
and then above it looks like a big Muppet. Almost like Alf.
I was gonna say an elephant. Yeah, I see Alf. I see it.
Yeah.
Brian?
Man, excuse alert.
That's an excuse alert. Wow.
I was like, I don't think that's a real alarm. If so, I'm like, that's right. I'm not living anywhere near you, but you know.
No, that's an air raid warning, actually.
Yeah.
What I find really strange, I do have memories of cartoon volcanoes making smoke rings, but I can't find them anywhere. So if you stumble on a cartoon volcano making rings, be sure to send it over to me. I'd love to see it. Like I thought that there was.
I gotta tell you, I saw Teresa. Speaking of volcanoes, because volcanoes are on Hawaii, and so Teresa posted something about Hawaii, and I remember checking Google Maps, and now Google Maps shows Hawaii with the apostrophe I.
I know. That's the issue. The main excuse is that it was, changed from the traditional Hawaiian way of writing it to the Americanized way in the early 1900s. But the problem is we're seeing it all through history, and it's much more common now, and I've never seen it that way. Now, it would make sense that I never seen it if it had changed in the early 1900s, but now we're seeing it everywhere. So here's some more smoke rings from different volcanoes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What's cool is when they shoot out of the volcano, they're all smoky like that. And then as they get up higher in the atmosphere, they get stronger. It becomes more of a ring. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is weird how it does that.
I could almost picture somebody like Evel Knievel, like doing a motorcycle jump through one of those rings.
Not that high.
Oh, God. Yes, Tucon. I think we've covered that a few months ago.
Imagine if you could simulate that with a homemade volcano.
Wait, there's something else I want to tell you. I didn't put it in the presentation. So smoke rings have been in the news recently, like over cities and towns like San Francisco. And it turns out remember how I said that anything round, like incinerators, that's what caused the one in San Francisco, like a recycling plant. An incinerator made a smoke ring, a huge one, and it was just floating over San Francisco. And everybody's like, why is that there? So they're appearing everywhere too, which is weird. At the same time, that Mount Etna blows one, and everybody's looking at like, wow, it blew a smoke ring.
I think like smokestacks and stuff like that would have them coming out like that.
Yeah, you would think.
Well, I've never seen that. Now, if I start seeing one, I'm going to have to take a picture. I mean, I don't live in a city, but I've gone to the city many times. I've never seen a smokestack pour anything but smoke out of it.
Oh, this one's in depth. All right, if you saw this, guys, just go.
So is this an older effect that you guys talked about elsewhere?
I talked about it on Wednesday on Mandela Monday.
Okay.
I recently found residue of the Titanic smokestacks being red instead of yellow. Teresa found that one a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. And that's when I realized the Titanic had changed again, but much more significantly, in my opinion. I do remember them red like that, but now they're gold and yellow.
Yeah, they were red.
In my past, the Titanic was a marvel of modern design and ingenuity. The unsinkable ship that was the most advanced and luxurious of its time. The design of the ship has changed for me. The question is, has it changed for you guys? Next, Brian.
Next one.
Yep. Welcome, Keith. Yeah, we're all on the land. All on the land, even though it's a wolf. So this is an actual newspaper from the time. And you can see where I have the big red box. Do you remember the Titanic having 2 masts, flagpoles connected by a tight rope like other rope, and hundreds of ropes supporting the masts and smokestacks all over the ship? Because I don't. That looks like a freaking mess to me. That is not my Titanic.
Yeah, I don't remember all those things either.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, that's.
It looks like it looks more, in that case, it looks more like a fishing boat.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
I would not have recognized it.
So you're telling me that's what it is now? With the
That
yellow
is what it is
stacks?
now. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I do not at all. In my past, there may have been a smaller flagpole in the front, but not 2 masts, and all features stood on their own. There were no support ropes all over the ship. Yeah, a lot of people remember 3 smokestacks. Virgo says nope in capitals. John Nada says no. Moon Freedom, I don't remember masts, but do remember wires, ropes supporting smokestacks. Do you remember this many? This is them walking on the ship. It's like all rope. I can't. Instead of the sleek, modern, top of the line and sinkable ship, it now looks more like an old-fashioned sailboat than the most modern steam-powered ship of its day. But that's not the only change for me. There's a change to the smokestacks too. All right. I do not remember a tube on the outside of the stacks that leads to a steam vent. Do you? Do you guys remember tubes on the smokestacks? Because I remember them smooth. Oh no, I got a problem. My phone isn't charging. It's got a low battery warning.
No.
Yeah, I just plugged in. Let's hope it doesn't die. It's working. It was plugged in, it just wasn't charging. Brian, you got to go on because it changed while I was making this presentation. There you go. And while researching this change, it changed again. There's now tubes on the front and back of the smokestacks. This is how they look. Do you remember this? I just remember smooth smokestacks.
What were they for? I mean, the smoke is going out. Why did they need another?
It's not a man's excuse, Brian.
No, it's not a man's excuse, but I felt like playing that.
Okay. I don't know. Oh, you're going to have to present with sound. I don't know why they would need to separate the steam and the smoke.
Originally, Titanic and Olympic were intended to carry just one. By 1908, the age of sail was all but dead, and ships carrying masts, spars, and rigging were well out of date. The Olympic-class yacht-like lines were supposed to be enhanced and accentuated by the presence of only one functional mast. Legend says that Bruce Ismay was so impressed by the effect of 2 masts on the likes of Lusitania and Mauretania that he requested one more be added aft. But the masts also served an important purpose. They provided the span from which the Marconi wireless aerials could be attached, thus giving Olympic and Titanic their voices. It's not entirely clear how the aerials might have been installed without the use of the second mast. Maybe between the first and second funnel, albeit with a vastly reduced wireless range. Who knows?
So originally the Titanic only had 1 mast in the front, like I remember. But some guy decided to change it because he liked the way it looked on Lusitania. And this diagram shows that it was possible for it still to have the wireless communications without the mast in the back. The original Titanic design could have been used as the wireless telegraph would have still worked perfectly. The entire reason for the design change was one guy's personal preference. A choice is made. That choice is 100% a change for me. I do not remember the mast on the back of the ship. And I don't remember a tightrope of wires going across the entire ship.
Yeah, I don't remember all those wires either.
Just to make sure my memories weren't, tainted or changed because of recent information, I rewatched 1997 film Titanic. The scenes in the movie now match the current design, including the sailboat appearance, the extra steam tubes on the smokestacks, and cables on the ship that I don't remember.
Wow.
Especially the iconic and very parodied scene where Jack and Rose are flying on the front of the ship. I do not remember the thick cables behind them, which destroys the illusion of them flying through the air. And thanks to the parodies, there's residue. So here's the current reality. Look at that giant claw thing holding the ropes. I don't remember that there at all. I don't remember seeing them stand on the end of the ship and see them, all those masts and ropes, and I don't remember that.
Maybe I'll have to ask the lady who watched this movie 47 times. Yes, you got that right. There was a lady who watched this movie 47 times in the movie theater. I'm not lying.
Oh my God.
Wow.
One was enough for me. It burned up at the end, and we had to wait for them to put it back together again. It's horrible. After being there for like 3 hours. Even the bottom right image is the music, and there's no cables. Like it's the music, the official CD.
I remember there was something behind them, but I don't remember exactly what it was.
I remember a smaller flagpole, just not a mast. And we're going to get to the height in a minute because Noble found something that made so much sense. I'm like, oh, now it all fits. So I may have to send that to you separately, Ryan. I don't think I added it to the folder.
So this is the residue of without the mass.
Yes, and all the ropes.
As a side note, there is something that Sandy wanted to bring up, but could be a case of info that she never knew. She said she heard of Titanic's predecessor, the Lusitania, of its sister ship, the Olympia.
Olympic. It auto-corrected on me. It's supposed
the Olympic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But never heard of the tugboat miniature of the Titanic, the Nomadic. Have you?
Have you
There's
guys
a
ever
ship
heard of
called
the
the
Nomadic?
Nomadic.
It looks just like the Titanic, but smaller.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, don't do that. You're making me yawn.
Sorry.
That's all right.
It's 11:30 here, so.
Yeah, it's getting late here too.
That one on the bottom almost looks like the yellow submarine. Oh, that's all I could think of when I saw that.
Esther, what's the chat saying? I can't see. I'm looking for the image. Send to Brian.
Wonder what the Mel Brooks movie says. That Sandy, the director of photography, would never have permitted that background. It's distracting, not aesthetic. No mustard. By the grace of God, anything is possible. He had to be ripped to carry those big stone tables. Me either, Diva, carry, and bust them. Oh, I think it had something to do with Oh, okay, they're talking about the 10 Commandments. Sorry.
It's okay. You guys, so no one's answering if everyone's in the attic.
Yeah, I'm not seeing
These
anything.
are just some more. These are some more images of those steam pipes, right?
Yeah, so you can see them clearly. That's actual images.
Yeah, I don't know the function of those.
I mean, right now the Titanic looks more like a fishing boat to me, with all these lines over there, these ropes. Yeah, there is
Hey,
some
Brian, I'm
residue.
giving you a heads up. I'm
Huh?
gonna get kicked out soon.
That's fine. Are your battery dying?
No, it's the StreamYard bug.
Oh crap! Is it just with iPhones?
I think so.
Well, so tell me something. I don't know if it's true, Sandy, but I'd like for you to try it with me when you get iOS 15, because iOS 15's out there. I hear that iPhone people can now like send a link to Android folks, and so now you can FaceTime Android people.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I hear. I still want to try it. I would like to get someone with an iPhone who could FaceTime with me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I still don't have an iPhone.
I have an Android. I have Android.
Yeah, mine's. I need to get a new one. It has so many glitches in it now.
What kind of phone do you have?
It's just a A10e or something like that. It's a simple
Okay.
Android. I'm waiting for Black Friday. It's right around the corner.
Yep, right around the corner you get that iPhone 13 or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I'm probably gonna get pretty close to the same one I'm gonna get. This one was like $50 last. I think it was a year ago or so. I can't remember when I bought it. Might have been almost 2 years ago now.
All right, Brian, I sent you the image. It should be Messenger.
Okay, what image?
Oh God, it gave me another low power warning, even though it's charging.
Oh wow.
Do the new ones next, just in case I get kicked out.
Okay. So here's
All right, so
credit
let me.
Nobleness D.
Well, the top of it's Noble. Noble pointed out that the masts are too high. He has a dual memory. He's not sure if it's 2 or 1, but I agreed. I don't remember the mast that high. The bottom is my memory. The bottom is my ship. But the most important thing is the smokestacks are too high. He lowered them. He said, with the smokestacks that high, the ship looks small. And he's absolutely right. With the shorter smokestacks, the ship looks bigger. And you wouldn't need the support ropes if the smokestacks weren't so high.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
So the ropes, everything makes sense with the taller smokestacks. So you shorten them the way they used to be. You don't need the ropes. It looks nice and clean again. And I just remember a shorter mast in the front. They weren't towering over the smokestacks. And I don't remember one in the back at all. The bottom one is my picture.
So I want to talk about this restaurant now, and it's called Friendly's. This was actually my favorite restaurant on Long Island when I grew up as a kid.
All right, Brian, you skipped a brand new folder of Teresa's.
It's okay. We'll come back to it. So has anyone ever heard of this restaurant / ice cream parlor, Friendly's? I didn't know you worked there, Sandy.
Yeah, I did for years.
Oh man, that's
I've
cool.
been to several different locations.
I worked in 3 different Friendly locations.
If you know this place, do you know it by any other name?
Just Friendly's. Well, Friendly's
No,
ice cream.
Friendly's.
All right. Anybody in the chat? If you didn't see this, Brian, you didn't let them answer.
Oh.
We don't
No,
have
Maybe
yes
we should,
isn't
may-
the
Yeah,
answer.
hang
I
on.
want to know what the
Maybe
name
we should
was.
ask
It's
Ed.
too late. You
Ed,
already showed it.
I know. Maybe we should ask Ed because Ed's from Long Island.
It's like, yes, we don't have a friendlies here. Yes, and yes, I went there all the time. So we're getting everybody's saying yes for those who know the restaurant.
Oh, I see. I'm asking, but do you know it by any other name? I thought they were saying yes. But yes, what?
Yes, I went to Friendlies in Syracuse, New York. Always Friendlies for me. Yes, plenty of them here. I always remember Friendlies. No other name.
No other name. All right, Brian, now you can go on. Guys,
All right.
this upset me. This is like Brian with Chick-fil-A, me with Chick-fil-A. It was just friendly until 1989. No S. Just
No.
friendly.
No.
I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Wait.
So upset by this.
Hang on. The apostrophe S was added when?
1989.
No, that's not true at all. I went there all the time. It was Friendlies.
I know.
I'm seriously disturbed by this one.
I am too. Look at the no at the top, Brian.
Yeah, Friendly.
Yes, it was Man Animal. I know. This is what I'm talking about. No, it wasn't, but yes, it is now.
Yeah, that's just weird. Friendly. It
I have a
doesn't have
commercial for it if you want to see it. Look at that. Look at that. I can't even read. I'm so upset.
No. I can't look
So-
at it.
He's like, don't even read it.
I'm not even going to
Don't
read
even
it.
read it.
No way, always Friendlies. No, it wasn't. Doesn't seem properly spelled.
Friendly ice cream. But if you look right there, it says Friendlies on the bottom.
Yeah, it does.
say-
But
it says
But
Friendly on
above
the
it,
bottom.
it says friendly ice cream. And then the menu. I remember that menu. I remember looking at that family scene. I remember it. And it says friendly on it. I can't.
Well, that's weird how it says friendly ice cream, but then on the window itself it said Friendlies.
I know. Well, because it changed in 1989. It is. Their history says it's both now. I mean, look at. These are the coupons and the circulars. I can't.
I mean, I was really young in '89, so I wouldn't have remembered that, but I don't remember seeing anything but Friendlies.
I was 13. Like, there's no ands, ifs, or buts. I was going there since I was a baby.
See, '89. Oh man, I would have been like 6 years old. So yeah, I wouldn't have remembered that.
I'm so upset
It
by
was,
this.
it was Friendlies.
It was always friendlies. Always friendlies.
I'll have to ask my cousin Jennifer now what she remembers.
Oh, we just lost Sandy.
Oh, crap.
Well, it took the.
Yeah, she was right about that bug. There we go. She's back. Hey, Sandy.
Yeah, that was the StreamYard bug, not my battery, which is still hovering at 11%.
So Sandy, I could just picture you taking a phone call while you were at while you were at Friendlies or Friendly, saying, "Hey, welcome to Friendly. This is Sandy." I mean, it sounds weird.
No. No. Uh-uh.
Sorry. Oh man.
Yeah, that upset me so much. I can't. Yeah, I forgot to write Teresa's name, but the deep thoughts, that's Teresa.
Can we skip the coffee one? Do we need to cover that one? I want to cover the major one. We're talking about the sporting goods store.
Okay. I mean, they're both new, but okay. Like brand new. No one's seen them. Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. So lately, it seems like the changes have become a little more obvious, to me at least. So ridiculous that you think, how do the masses not see that this changed? I don't understand. This is one of those for me, at least. May not be for you. Which logo do you remember? I want to point out that this is the only logo that Dick's has used since removing clothing and from the store name in the 80s. So it has been the logo for
Sandy, you asked me
30
this
years.
last night, and I'm 100% online.
Well, I know which
Hey,
one it is
Karen,
now.
welcome.
So is it
Long time no
A, B,
see.
or C, you guys?
At least the way it was 2 years ago when last time I went to it into a Dick's Sporting Goods. I know what it looked like.
Wait, don't say it. Don't say it because we're still waiting from the chat, Esther.
Ed and JT74 say A. Welcome, JT.
101.
Moon Freedom says A.
Okay.
Jeff Zanzibar says A. Karen says A. Preliminal says A. I just want to mention that Teresa remembers she's a dual memory because I'll explain when I give an answer. Mandanimal says A. Welcome, Orez Oevitigen. I'm sorry, I probably butchered that. But welcome, A. John Nada says A. All right, it's 100% in the chat. Do you want to say something different, Esther, or the same?
Well, when I first started going, I remember it as A, and then B looked kind of familiar, and then now I know it as C.
So you remember all of them?
Yes, but I remember A being
right.
when I first went in. That's what I remember, and then it changed. I don't know. It was like a few years ago.
Okay, so
it seemed to get progressively added.
Teresa remembers A, but a few years ago she remembered it B. So that's really interesting that you remember B, because B has never been the logo for Dick's. I made that up completely from Teresa based on her memory. That's never been the logo ever, 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 ever. Guys, it is C, and it has been since the 80s.
Yeah, I saw it at C, and I just thought they just updated their sign because they
Wow.
like the sign looked newer, so I just figured it was just a new sign. So I didn't.
That's BS. You know, I like to say these Mandela effects are BS, and that's because I mean it. This one's a BS. Okay.
You were picking A, B, or C, Tucan. So back in the prior to in the 70s and 80s, early 80s, like 81, 82, it looked like this. I have never seen the logo with anything other than a plain apostrophe, but the normal apostrophe was replaced when the company redesigned their logo in the early 80s. It is C, John Nada. It's been C since the early 80s.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
I have found a little bit of residue, as well as one single store with the logo how I remember. The Durham, North Carolina store, for some unknown reason, uses red. And the apostrophe I remember, which doesn't match any of Dick's branding whatsoever. Dick's branding does not have red. The old sign did, but the new logo with the new font was only ever green, supposedly, or white, green or white.
So who found this one? Who found this one, Sandy?
Brian, you always ask. It's me.
Okay, but I have to ask because there's
no,
effects.
Brian. Brian, I write credit person if it's not me.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it changed to the baseball, soccer, basketball thing about say about 4 years ago for me. Like right around the time I
Welcome,
found out about
Mikey.
the Mandela. Actually, it was before then.
The logo was right up until the very early 80s. With the new 80s logo, the branding colors were also changed to only green and white. Brian, I'm not done reading. Go back. I'm waiting for it's on delay. I'm waiting for it to go back.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. This is the logo that has been used since before I even knew Dick's Sporting Goods existed. They weren't in my area in the early 80s. I have never seen the apostrophe as different sports balls. Have you?
First it was we just took a picture like a little bit.
And why is this blue? Their logo has never been blue, so this commercial made no sense to me. This commercial is how I found this. I said, wait, what? Why are there balls in the apostrophe? Did I miss a logo in the 90s? No, it's the current logo. It's just the wrong color. It's blue for some reason. So here is current reality, guys. The top right for the golf tournament on a golf ball, they switched it out to a golf ball with a swoosh. So there are some variations, but they all include some sort of basketball, baseball.
I don't remember this because, and I've passed by Dick's a bunch of times. When I actually lived in North Carolina, I was on the East Coast, and I passed by a Dick's store all the time on the way to the beach. It wasn't like that, and that was just a few years ago.
Toucan, your message was automatically held for review. Not your fault. It's totally on topic. Here is residue, guys. This is the only residue I could find. I had to use 2 of the images from before. This is the only residue I could find with an apostrophe. But that shirt may have been a softball team. I don't know. Dick's Sporting Goods, apostrophe. That's what I remember. It's okay. It's funny.
I was gonna say I can't hold anybody's comment to thing on it, even on accident, because I don't have that ability on my laptop.
It's okay.
At
Freedom
first I was
says
like,
it's
did I do that?
psycho. This is not the past reality. This one is deep for me. It was for me too. I made a whole presentation on it. Looking for residue, I came across possible Mandela effect changes to stores that closed long ago. Tweeter. Those E's were never crooked, and the W was standard, not the 2VW. Also, what is up with all these off-center T's? The T is off-center now. Do you see it?
Yeah.
These patterns of changes are crazy. They're over and over and over again. It's okay.
It's probably caught myself.
I mean, it matters because our memories are being stolen from us. Well, they're trying to steal our memories from us.
I went
That's
to
upsetting.
Caldor all the time.
Right.
Caldor is
So at the top,
we don't see that here. I have yet to see one here in the South, but they're all over New York and
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
No, they were. They were bought up by Target and Kmart. They don't exist anymore.
Oh,
So
God.
Caldor. First, the letters were just about touching. In the top, you can see they are separate letters with a line between them. You see that? The orange box, guys?
Yeah.
But then this busted up old sign, the C and the A is completely connected, and so is the L and the D. Like when they put the sign on the wall, the C and the A was one piece, and the L and the D was one piece. They're merged now.
Also, I don't remember that triangle at the top of the D.
Yeah,
Was that always there?
and the cutout with the R.
Yeah, was that always there?
They were covered before. So this is a very local chain. I don't expect people to know this, and especially since it's been out of business since the 80s. Look how upset I am. It was Rickles. It was Rickles. It was not Rickle. It was Rickles. Rickles was one of the first big box home improvement store and garden centers that was put out of business by Home Depot and Lowe's. It was the predecessor to Home Depot.
Wow.
It was Rickles. We had Rickles branded stuff all over my house growing up. But now those branded items all say Rickle too.
Does that make you pretty frustrated?
Yeah, look, I mean, come on. The line has a perfect space for the missing S, and I put the S in. Like there was no S there. There was literally a space for the S. It was Rickles. Jeff Zanzibar remembers Rickles as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Clover. The CER didn't have a waved line. They were normal letters. This might be a local chain too. I don't know. I loved Clover.
I don't recognize that.
Well, you're younger. I think it may have actually closed. Actually, no, it was in the 90s that it closed.
No, it's it. Try to keep low on
Comp USA.
presents.
Comp USA. Technically, it's an upside down V now. Below is what I remember. I remember it having a bar at the bottom. And now it's just like an upside down V with a cutout. It's also all merged. And this is what the sign actually looks like.
Wow.
Do you guys remember Comp USA like this?
Amazon has put out a lot of these companies, you know, they put out of business.
Yeah.
I have seen
Well,
that.
Best Buy actually put them out of business.
Oh, wow. Best Buy put them out of business?
Yeah. Jeff Zanzibar says the bottom looks right. Bradley's, the RA was not one letter. Now it is. And it always has been. Kentucky
Yeah, that
Fried
looks,
Chicken. We
that
talked
looks
about this
so
one
wrong.
before.
No, that looks so wrong.
Mhm.
The K and the
So
I.
back in the day, signs were amazing because they were unique, like the KFC bucket glowing above their sign. But the K was never the dot in chicken, and none of that stuff was merged.
Mhm.
Why did I say in chicken? The dot in fried, not chicken.
You must have been
Lord.
hungry.
I was tired. No, I was tired.
Last night was from yesterday was from.
I know a lot of these were regional chains, but you can clearly see the Mandela patterns that we see over and over in logos, which is why we continue to highlight this type of change. Like Stop and Shop. The ST, SH is merged, the H and the P's are broken. Citibank, the N and the K is one letter. H&B in Hudson Bay Company, the H&B is one letter. A and P, I don't remember it sticking out through the A and the P. These are common changes that we see with logos. Same things. Jeff Zanzibar says, I know them all and they all look wrong. Citibank, yes. That was Citibank in the early 90s.
Hmm.
Brian, you should do Teresa's though. It's good.
Which ones? Which one?
The top one, the deep
Which
thoughts.
one?
Deep thoughts, Brian.
I didn't know that was Teresa's.
I know.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that was hers.
I know. It's okay. It's not like we're not crediting her. Her name's on it.
Luke, I'm your father. That's what Toucan says. I'm with you there.
Let me get your
I can't. I'm waiting for it to get on my screen. Okay, there we go. All right. When we stream live for Mandela Monday, Fizzy will sometimes have a seemingly random thought, fact, or image she wants to share. Like when I'm in the middle of presenting a Mandela fact. This week, I decided to make a joke about her random thought on air by making this graphic a parody of an old SNL skit, which led Teresa to notice a new change. Okay, Brian. Questions on the next slide. There we go. Credit Teresa Lynch. 1990s Saturday Night Live skit that always opened with a voiceover and title card which read, Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. Please spell Handy in the chat. And by the way, that guy is actually Jack Handy. Jack Handy is a real person. He was a writer for SNL.
You said Handy or Hamby?
Handy, like my name's Sandy, but with an H.
Oh, Handy. Okay.
So, John Nada says, I'm just going to say why. Moon Freedom says why. Jeff Zanzibar says why. Yes, Keith. We well, Brian has really discussed the Bible changes. That one was discussed a couple years ago.
Which one?
Man used to have one less rib than women, and now
Yes.
it's the same amount.
Yeah, men used to have one less rib.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there.
So 2 E's for Toucan. Don't know. This crowd's making me feel young. Moon Freedom says, "Oh, he's a real person. No doo-doo."
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't remember the guy.
That's awesome. Preliminal dreamt that he was typing in the chat on our show. That's awesome.
It's a dream come true. You may not win the Powerball, but hey, you made your dream come true.
Can I go ahead and go to the next slide?
Preliminal says why. Yes, you can go to the next slide. We remember his last name being Handy with a Y like everyone else, but it's always been EY, Handy. And that looks wrong. And here's current reality of all the EYs.
Well, hold on, Sandy. One of your residues changed.
One of them's just a Y. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually they
Didn't
change the
you
other
say
way
it
around.
wasn't that an EY? And it changed to a Y.
Yeah, that was an EY.
Look on the west spot where the rag was.
That's weird.
The paper towel was.
Yeah, it is weird because usually they go the other way.
Yeah, I know.
Any of the green ones changed to red, changed to EY.
That's why you highlight them in green, right?
That's why I highlight them. Yeah.
That way we know that's the way we remember with a Y. There's more.
I mean, there's a ton of residue, just the Y. And it's not like one of those things, well, you just heard it. You just didn't know how to spell it. No, it was on the screen every time this skit played. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. It would come up on the screen every time you saw this. It affects my life that everything I know isn't real. Everything I know is wrong. None of this should be happening. And that's how it affects our lives. Reality shouldn't act this way. It shouldn't be able to change on a whim. Oh, we're doing this one. Okay. Have you ever heard of a Meteo tsunami or Seiche wave? Or waves? This could affect your life because it could kill you. Like randomly out of the blue.
Jeez.
I know, isn't that horrible? All right, so Meteo tsunamis are tsunamis that aren't created by earthquakes. Instead, they are created by wind, most commonly by derechos.
Things that I've
That's a
only
derecho in the picture. No preliminal. What usually happens is Teresa will say, I found a change, and while looking for residue, I just automatically find something else. It's like a rabbit hole. Or I'll just be watching a movie or a TV show or a YouTube video and see something wrong. I don't actually go searching out things. They come to me. And I hate it. I hate it so much. It's constant. All right, nickname. Did you skip one? I wasn't paying attention to the slides.
No,
Brian. I'm
no,
sorry.
I didn't skip one, I swear.
Okay, I believe you. Nickname tsunamis from the sky. I have to wait for it to come back on my screen. There we go. They typically are less destructive and powerful than traditional tsunamis, but they can still cause damage and loss of life. Hey, Michael Fontaine, welcome. Is Karen still here? I haven't seen Karen since she showed up. I find it strange that I've never heard of these because a derecho in 2013 caused one to hit the New Jersey shore all the way up to Boston, Massachusetts. So New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Delaware. I think Delaware got it too, and Maryland. All had a Meteo tsunami, and I've never heard of it.
Oh, she is still here.
Yay! I haven't seen Karen in a while. That's why.
Yeah, that sounds
They can
odd.
happen all over the world, but what I find really interesting is that they can happen in any large body of water, like the Great Lakes. Apparently, the Great Lakes are a hot spot for Meteo tsunamis because of the shallower water. And here's a map of all the Meteo tsunamis in history. I noticed death, damage, injury, and other event is listed.
I get the
I have a
lakes
picture of
confused.
one, too.
I know where Lake Erie is, and I know where Lake Ontario is, but the rest of them I get confused. Hang on. Did you know the acronym to remember the names of the lakes?
Oh, I
No.
can't remember it anymore.
Wasn't it Holmes? The acronym is Holmes.
Okay.
Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior.
Oh, I never heard it, but yeah, that totally works. Karen Maloney says, I live in Michigan. This is new to me. So Meteo tsunami damaged a fish barrier at a pump storage plant. In 2018, it caused hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage. Frequently, Meteo tsunamis cause seiche waves, another word I've never heard of. Back in 2016-2017, the Mandela effect community was baffled by pictures of shorelines where the water had just disappeared for days. Those images were the result of seiche waves.
That's what sage wave.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what that means.
Exactly. We're going to get into it. So how does it happen? Wind or shifts in the Earth's crust cause the water to displace, like tilting a bowl of water. So one area is going to flood and the other area is going to be missing water until the wind stops, I guess. I don't get it. Karen has heard of seiche waves, but not the Meteo tsunamis. Seiche waves only happen in still bodies of water, unlike the Meteo tsunamis, like the Great Lakes, which is why they are frequently caused by Meteo tsunamis, but can also be caused by earthquakes and landslides. Oh, and the Great Lakes has up to 100 a year.
Wow.
Of Meteo tsunamis, not seiche waves. Up to 100 Meteo tsunamis a year. Never heard of this. Earthquakes have even been known to cause fast-moving seiche waves in swimming pools. So I'm sure you've seen like swimming pools in an earthquake. What happens? What happens though is a seiche wave, where the water like goes from one side to the other, one side to the other. That's a seiche wave.
I haven't seen a pool yet in an earthquake, but it's pretty interesting. I know I've been
Someone
swimming
in the pool. It's terrifying.
I know up in Lake Champlain where we go swimming, we would get like really high waves because of the wind.
I also never knew tsunamis could create whirlpools. Did you? Did you guys know that? Yes or no in the chat? Did you know that tsunamis could create whirlpools? And I'm not talking about little ones. I'm talking about like massive whirlpools. Me either, Jeff. Me either.
Wow.
As the water recedes, channels under the water can cause the water to spin, creating massive whirlpools which can create more damage.
I haven't ever seen one in like real life, so
I've only seen whirlpools in the movie.
yeah.
I can't claim that tsunami whirlpools are a Mandela effect for sure, but I've never heard of them happening before. The top left, we have Australia. The top right is an article, Why Do Tsunamis Create Whirlpools? The bottom left, you can see the whirlpool in the distance. And the bottom right is the bay before and after a whirlpool formed in Japan after an earthquake. I mean, after a tsunami. Sorry. Since we are talking about waves, I have covered this in the past on Twitter, and only Twitter. So I figured I'd see if you've heard of this too. Brian, there's no sound. You don't have to worry about sound here. Did you know that waves can move and break backwards away from the shoreline? So the shore is to the left, the ocean's to the right, and the water is breaking to the right, going out to sea.
Oh, I've never seen that. Well, maybe if it was deep enough to like go back, to like go one way, then turn back and go back the other way. But
this happens because of displaced sand under the water. If the sand gets too high, it can create 2 mounds of sand with a valley in between. So like a big dip, and then the sand level rises again. So the water gets trapped in between and moves back and forth.
No, mostly I see it like tide coming in and then going back out again.
Right. Well, this is just waves. It's not even tide. Okay, so here's some more pictures, guys. The effects this can cause are backwards rolling waves, breaking waves, and waves that break in the middle of the water. If you look in the Brian, can you zoom in on the image to the right? You'll see the waves breaking in the foreground here, but then all the way in the background, you can see the waves breaking all the way back there. Do you see it?
Yeah. I see it. It makes me want to go to the beach right now.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's probably too cold.
Yeah, this is all weird. I totally agree, John Anna. So here's some images showing you where Meteo tsunamis have happened in the U.S. There was one in Florida when Teresa was living there. She does not remember it happening. One in my area, and then has arrows pointing to the Great Lakes. The image in the middle is a Meteo tsunami wave. That was in New Jersey, I believe. It was on the East Coast. Bottom left is a Meteo tsunami in the Great Lakes in Chicago. And then the top and bottom right are news reports, different like Seiche waves versus Meteo tsunamis. Do you want to read them, Esther or Brian?
Yeah. Esther, you want to read it?
Yep, I'm trying to. Let me pull this a little closer. In 1979.
Oh, sorry.
In 1979, a 5-meter-high wave killed several people in Japan's Nagase Bay. For example, in 1954, a wave around 3 meters tall swept over Chicago's waterfront, killing 8 people. Wow. And in 2013, a Meteo tsunami injured 2 New Jersey swimmers after sweeping them away from the shore. Wow.
So a Meteo tsunami caused a 5-meter-high wave, which killed several people in Japan.
Jeez.
Like I can't. The top right image is the Florida Meteo tsunami. And another one in Chicago on the bottom.
And they're caused by what? Derechos?
Wind. Yes, wind and atmospheric pressure. Yeah, derechos usually are the cause.
All right, I guess we have one more to discuss Razzle Dazzle ships, and then I think we're done.
Why wouldn't you do the coffee? It's brand new.
Oh, do the coffee one?
I mean, you could do the Razzle Dazzle too. That's a good one. But that's also Teresa.
All right, we'll do the coffee one, I guess.
Yeah, the Razzle Dazzle and that older.
It really, what is it? The spelling? It's the spelling of a certain coffee brand. I'm not really familiar with this coffee brand, but I know some of you out there probably are.
God. Now my AirPod died.
No.
Okay,
Esther,
so
can you read that?
Please spell M blank A coffee.
I'm sorry. Melita coffee. Please spell Melita. I'm sorry, Esther. I didn't tell you what it was.
I recognize the can, but I couldn't remember how to pronounce it.
It's okay.
Okay, so we're waiting on the chat. You guys out there, I know it's kind of late, but if you could please post what you remember the spelling in the chat, that would be great. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I could totally use some coffee. Never heard of it.
Okay, if you never heard of it, that's perfect that you answer that way. That's close, Moon Freedom. I'll take it. Moon Freedom says MOLITA. JT74 says MELITA. Toucan says mocha. It's okay if you've never heard of it. I used to drive past a distribution center in Cherry Hill, New Jersey every day. And just the smell of the coffee would wake me up. It smelled so good. A jar full of nuts.
Yeah. I have not tried that brand yet.
My spouse likes it.
Sandy, have you ever been to Cherry Hill, New Jersey?
Yeah, Brian. That's like my stomping grounds. What are you talking about?
Did I ever mention to you that I went to the mall there one time with my family?
Yeah, you did. That was like my favorite mall. That's the mall I went to the most.
That's whenever I went to go see my uncle Jerry. He used to live over there.
I used to work in the Cherry Hill Mall.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I worked at the Great American Cookie Company in the morning, and then after my shift at the cookie company, I would walk across the hall, literally the store next to the cookie company was a kiosk in the center, and the store to my left, I would work at the Halloween adventure shop. So at night. So Melita Coffee only had one T for me, and now it has two. It's Melita. It's pronounced Melita, but if I saw it, I would call that Melita, and the M. There's too many arches in the M, and it's all wrong.
It looks like a mountaintop or fingers or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know it well enough to know if I only have one or two L's.
There's a ton of residue, Brian. You can just
Yes, we have those coffee filters. That's where I reckon. I don't remember the coffee, but we saw the coffee filter.
Oh yeah, there you go. There's a site right there. It says Melita, one T, and then the two T's in the actual picture.
Wrong and weird, says Moon Freedom.
Wow, I did not know that about the intestinal bleeding.
What about intestinal
You
bleeding?
said what, Esther?
Ed Hen said, do you know that if you drink strong enough coffee without eating, it can cause intestinal bleeding?
I had no idea.
Neither did
Wow.
Wow, and here I was thinking coffee was good for you. It's good for your system.
He said, well, there's no need to go to a doctor, but still. Yeah, I wonder what would cause that. Interesting. I mean, I always put cream and sugar in mine, so.
Yeah, I put creamer in mine. I usually get the Walmart brand. You know, they have an Italian creamer.
Yeah.
It's really good.
When I drink hot coffee, I use the peppermint mocha creamer.
I mean, I typically use like 3 tablespoons per like 3 cups of coffee, or 3. Well, it's
Like, do you actually measure out how much creamer you're supposed to put in there, or you just kind of just like?
Oh, I usually just dash it in, but I don't use
Yeah, I
it
dash it in too.
anymore, so I don't. If it changes the color too much, I don't like it. Like, and I get a Dunkin'. I don't get any sugar, and I only get 2 creamers for a large.
Do you like dunking your donuts in the coffee?
Sometimes, especially if it's homemade. If I made it at my house, I love doing that with like the.
You like making your own donuts?
Oh, it's been a while since I made donuts, but that's actually what my sister does for a living, is she makes donuts.
Wow.
Grandma's recipe.
So Razzle Dazzle, this might be a little out of order, there's the first 2 slides, but just bear with me. Razzle Dazzle is a pattern. The crazy patterns were first used to cloak military vehicles from enemy radar. Then women's clothing used Razzle Dazzle to hide their body size and shape. So this is out of order, but that's fine. Just go to the next slide, Brian. In 2017, Scarab Performance, Dan, showed us Razzle Dazzle ships for the first time. Then in 2019, I discovered Razzle Dazzle wasn't just limited to ships or even black and white. So, like I said, there was clothing, shoes, it was on tanks, airplanes, and then it was also in color. So it wasn't just black and white that they were using colors to, evade radar.
That looks so weird.
Mm-hmm. Credit Teresa Lynch. Now there's the clothing that I was talking about that I found. Now in 2021, Teresa Lynch found a modern use for Razzle Dazzle, which led me to find even more modern Razzle Dazzle trends. See, Preliminal? Teresa found something. I was researching it, and I'm like, wait, what's this? I hate it. So now some young people today are applying a modern twist of Razzle Dazzle to their faces. Using hair extensions, beads, gemstones, and makeup, they razzle dazzle their faces to prevent AI detection.
I think that's a smart thing. That's really smart.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give them kudos for that one. I think we lost you, Sandy.
No, I'm here. It's just my other AirPod's still charging. So here's some examples of the makeup.
That bottom left one looks like something out of Squid Game.
It is clever, isn't it, Ed? It's clever. Weird, but clever.
But is that like a permanent marking, or is it just temporary?
It's makeup.
I guess if I ever go on the run, I'll know what to do now.
Well, I have better options than this. So, because remember, I found stuff off of Teresa's makeup. I'm going to give you better options than having to paint your face.
Anyone, Sandy, you literally could, if you could do this, like paint your face and teach people how to do it on YouTube, you'd be making $1 million right now.
You mean like the beauty YouTubers?
Yes, a lot of people are into that beauty YouTube now, where they just watch people do makeup all day.
While researching this, I came across another form of Razzle Dazzle being used today. Accessories. This guy is wearing a mask. And so is this one. From masks to LED goggles, people today are willing to try anything to protect their privacy, and these innovations really seem to work.
Well, can you just wear a mask? I mean, like a regular face mask? I mean, it's hard to identify people by if they have their face coverings.
I don't know. Well, this is more like digital detection. They're trying to avoid digital detection. So the top left is the makeup. The name for the makeup is CV Dazzle.
Yeah.
That's the one Teresa found, CV Dazzle. Bottom left is a guy with the LED goggles, and you can see in the top image of it, the green box is recognizing his face. But when he wears the LED goggles, there's no green box. He's not being recognized by the AI.
Wow.
And the bottom right, it looks like a guy wearing a painting around his waist,
Yeah.
but he's not recognized by the
Sandy,
yeah.
Sandy, for you and for all those Apple users out there, iPhone, have you guys noticed that they did away with the fingerprint sensor? It's all face ID now, face detection.
Yeah, because Brian's because there's no button.
Is that why?
Yeah. The button was the fingerprint sensor. The button's gone. It's just a big screen now.
It's all face ID.
Yeah. So the top two images is a projector that superimposes another face on your face. So there's two faces being recognized by the AI, so it gets confused and doesn't recognize anything. You literally become invisible to digital detection. And then the bottom is another one of those masks and another image of the LED glasses. And finally, there's a hood with faces all over it. It's kind of creepy. Have you guys ever heard of this stuff before?
No.
It's probably not an me, but we wanted to share it.
Oh, that's definitely different.
It's definitely disturbing.
Well, I may have to put something on the TV to wipe that out of my memory banks for the night. That's kind of creepy. I've enjoyed spending time with you guys tonight. Greatly enjoy you guys coming. Is there any other last minute things we need to?
Yes, there is one thing. I sent you a video clip. Burgos sent residue of Beam Me Up Scotty, remember?
Yeah, where is that clip?
I sent it to you the other day.
Email?
It should Messenger. Hey, Shardikin.
Was it a direct message or was it like a group message?
I think it was a direct.
Like that infinity face.
What? Guys, Shardikin says, not saying it's an me, but a few years back I saw Japan has automated show giant Gundam robots, sort of like Transformers, but cartoon with human-controlled robots. Just a neat thing. That's crazy. It's a few years ago. Wow.
I didn't see.
Tucon says my IQ went up by like 30 miles per hour. That's awesome.
I don't see the message. I don't see the Burgos thing.
I'll send it to you again.
I think you might have sent it to the other Brian.
Nope. I don't have. I blocked that other Brian.
Okay, good. I wish Facebook would just delete that account for me.
Because I even wrote Burgos, Beam Me Up Scotty, remember? Underneath the clip.
I'm not seeing it.
If I can't scroll far enough.
I mean, how far up am I scrolling? Is it before the Jason ones?
Oh, maybe not. Hold on.
Yeah, because I don't see it.
Where is it? That's weird. Oh. Well, give me 1 second. I'm going to send it to you again.
Hopefully it didn't disappear into the
for
ether.
videos.
I have to get up at 6:40 in the morning.
What is it?
I have to get up at 6:40 in the morning.
You're not going to get out of sleep.
Huh?
So you're not going to get a lot of sleep?
Probably not. It's like 11:30 here now.
Yeah, I have my alarm set for I think 7:30.
I'm trying, but stupid Messenger, like when you go to your there's albums. The link for albums has to appear, and it wasn't appearing.
Hey, what's Sharkticon talking about, Sandy? About a huge story tall robot?
He's saying Japan is robots. You'd have to go look. I don't know exactly. Here you go,
Do you
Brian.
guys remember?
I just
Do you
sent it
guys
to you.
remember? Huh?
I just sent you the clip from Burgos.
Okay. Do you guys remember those Japanese robots that were? It actually turned out to be real humans instead of robots. They were like AI. Remember those robots? It was viral.
Human control. That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
I don't know.
Huge, one-story tall moving robots, he says. No, it's okay, Burgos. I found it. I just need him to play it.
Yeah, we found it, Burgos. Sandy found it. So here's Burgos's residue.
I can't hear it.
It's not loud enough. I can try to amplify it. Hold on.
Man who knew too little.
Oh my God.
Do you mind if I help myself to a cigarette while I'm waiting for Scotty to pick me up?
Did you hear that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can
Good
boost it up
residue.
louder.
I'm also sending you two images,
Do you mind if I help
Brian.
myself to a cigarette while I'm waiting for Scotty to pick me up?
Yeah, I had to boost it like 600 times.
I love that movie.
What movie is that?
You need to show what Shardigana is talking about.
If I'm
Just send
correct,
me
I
two
believe that's
images.
The Man Who Knew Too Little.
Brian, I just sent you two images in Messenger.
Yeah, just
Scotty. Feed me up,
ran
Scotty.
over. He just ran over a bunch of cones, and then he gets out and he says all of this bogus information. So funny.
Oh, that is a cool robot. Oh my God.
Yeah, but look how big it is.
It's like 5 stories tall.
Yeah. You got to show everybody, though. You're not presenting. Look
There
at
it
that.
is. Oh my God. That's like Transformers come to life.
Yeah.
Wow, that thing's huge. Are we sure Transformers wasn't based on a true story now? We went to Comic-Con and we had huge Transformers there. I mean, there were like probably about 20 feet tall, but they weren't that big.
So I'm hoping, guys, next week or something, I'll have my costume. I ordered some Squid Game costumes. So I really hope to wear them for the show next week.
Yeah, we're going to have a big Halloween show. Oh my gosh, I have so much Halloween stuff.
We may even have a Halloween contest. What do you say?
Okay, you got to think of a prize.
Of course, I can't be a contestant on my own show, but we'll have to have you guys come back whenever we announce the show, and we'll do a contest. And you can just take a picture. You don't have to dress up that night. You can just send us a picture. All right. So that concludes our night. Thank you all for coming. Have a great Mandela Effect night. God bless, guys. See you next time.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming.